Soon, you'll be able to enjoy the thrill of Monster Hunter anytime, anywhere on your mobile device. Teamy and Level Infinite are bringing us a new Monster Hunter experience on iOS and Android, Monster Hunter Outlanders. My name is JalBagel, and I wanted to share my behind-the-scenes experience with Monster Hunter Outlanders, and a special thank you to the Monster Hunter Outlanders team for sponsoring this video. You can register now for the Monster Hunter Outlanders closed beta test using the link on the screen or in the description below. Some friends and I were all invited to the Level Infinite offices to learn more about Monster Hunter Outlanders, try out the demo, ask the developers some questions, and share our initial impressions about the game. I'll also go into detail about the game's new features, returning mechanics, and some of the monsters you'll encounter, including the new Radiant Rathalos. I'll also touch on my hopes and expectations for the game. Vampy Bit Me, Ouroboros, Nightside, and I were all invited to a special behind-the-scenes experience for Monster Hunter Outlanders at the Tencent offices. We started off our visit with a presentation from the development team at Teamy. After that, we were able to jump into the demo of Monster Hunter Outlanders. We started with a multiplayer hunt against Radiant Rathalos. We then explored the new region of Isoland on our own in a small free-play experience. Then we had time to ask our own questions about the game, share our expectations, and even provide the development team with some direction. I'll share all these details in a bit, but first I wanted to introduce you to Monster Hunter Outlanders and the new region Isoland. In Monster Hunter Outlanders, players take on the role of an adventurer whose airship has crash-landed on a mysterious uncharted island, Isoland. Now stranded, the adventurers must survive in this new region. Upon exploring, they discover a rare mineral called Radiantite, which seems to have an effect on the island's endemic life, including monsters. Monster Hunter Outlanders features survival mechanics intermixed with classic Monster Hunter gameplay. Players will gather resources from around Isoland to craft installations useful for survival, exploration, and of course, hunting monsters. You'll also find plenty of familiar faces to hunt in Monster Hunter Outlanders. Anjanath, Pookie Pookie, Diablos, Legiana, and of course, Rathalos and Rathian, in addition to many other monsters, are featured in Monster Hunter Outlanders, but with a new twist, the Radiant phenomenon. The Radiantite found on Isoland seems to heighten a monster's aggressiveness and strengthen their attack power. They can even enter a type of frenzied state, unleashing powerful and overwhelming attacks against the hunters. In Monster Hunter Outlanders, players will play as adventurers. Each adventurer has a unique design, background, and skills that define their character and playstyle. Each adventurer has their own signature weapon they use and a class, giving them abilities to fulfill a specific role in the hunting party. These classes are Assault, the damage dealer, Disruptor, which specializes in crowd control, and Support, who enhances the party's abilities, heals party members, and even rescues them from danger. Let's take a look at the adventurers introduced so far, starting with the one I use the most, Rhea. Rhea is a disruptor that uses dual blades. Like I mentioned before, disruptors specialize in crowd control, either debilitating, debuffing, or controlling the monster in some way. This included an ultimate attack that reduced the monster's physical defenses and a buddy skill that immobilized the monster. Next is Pepe, another disruptor using the heavy bowgun. Pepe definitely sported more anti-air utility, knocking Radiant Rathalos out of the air when needed. For the bow enjoyers, there's Madeline, a support class adventurer. It was nice having Madeline in the party to keep everyone topped off on health and staying aggressive, even though I still carded with her around. Last up is who I think will be the fan favorite adventurer, Midori, the Assault class longsword user. As an Assault class adventurer, Midori is all about aggression and damage. She had less utility than the other adventurers, but even just one disruptor was enough for her to have the openings needed to deal huge damage. For those of you looking for a more personalized experience, there's a fully customizable Fated Adventurer. The Fated Adventurer is the default player character and main protagonist of the story. You can customize their appearance, what weapons they use, and even which class to specialize in. Mainly, players will be tackling hunting quests, just like other Monster Hunter titles, so you can expect a similar gameplay loop and experience. Go out on a hunt, fight a monster, use the rewards to enhance your equipment, and repeat. However, in Monster Hunter Outlanders, there's also survival and exploration elements. Gathering resources from each locale will be important to your survival and success in Isoland. Players have the ability to make any installation anywhere in the locale, unlocking endless possibilities for travel and exploration. You'll also be able to find world events throughout the locales. These include small minigames and puzzles. Now let's get into the controls and combat. For starters, the controls felt very intuitive. Actions and attacks are all triggered with a single tap. No fumbling to press 2 buttons at once or figuring out how to claw grip your phone. Each player and weapon action has a dedicated button. Some weapon actions will be very familiar, like the basic slashing combo for most weapons. There are also new weapon actions, including an ultimate attack. These are flashy, powerful attacks that deal a large amount of damage and usually provide another benefit, like some height to reach a flying monster, or a buff for the whole team. Once used, they go on cooldown and gradually build up power again to be reused. The layout scheme was a little overwhelming at first, but once you learn what each button does, the layout becomes comfortable and easy to use. To help with the mobile experience, there's a highly detailed lock-on camera. You can generically lock onto a monster to keep your camera aimed in their direction, then go a step further, locking onto specific body parts of the monster to target those locations. If you want to sever the tail, just lock on and start swinging. All these parts in combination made a truly authentic Monster Hunter action feel, while still being comfortable to play on a mobile device. Even from the demo, combat feels fleshed out. Monster Hunter Outlanders already has the depth that you would expect from a Monster Hunter franchise game, but they took that one step further and tailored the experience for mobile devices. Monster attacks have clear combat prompts, making monster actions more recognizable on the smaller mobile screens. Monsters will flash red before a large attack, and the player will have a specific visual or audio feedback when performing a perfect dodge or other precision action. This made the experience feel more natural and intuitive. I didn't have to guess what hit me, it was obvious that the giant red monster did it. All in all, I'm impressed. In my opinion, the Monster Hunter Outlanders team have achieved a truly authentic Monster Hunter feel that I can bring around with me anywhere. On the train, on the bus, waiting for my reservation at Hot Pot, wherever. I'm hoping the game supports offline play so I can really play anytime, any place, but they didn't have a comment on this now. I'm definitely expecting more optimization on release. Just for the first few hours we played, the phones we were using were definitely feeling the pressure, which is to be expected with how visually appealing this game is. I'm really hoping for a lengthy story experience that keeps me coming back and wanting to play more. It's not enough to play like Monster Hunter, but I need some reason to keep playing. It'd also be nice to be able to progress in multiplayer, but personally, that's not a deal breaker for me. As a reminder, Monster Hunter Outlanders will be releasing on iOS and Android. Unfortunately, there are currently no plans to bring Monster Hunter Outlanders to PC or other platforms. Whether this will change in the future is unknown, but the development team are aware of the community's interest for this game on other platforms. For now, they're focused on the mobile experience. I really hope everyone gives Monster Hunter Outlanders a try. Personally, I'll be playing more, so keep an eye out for more streams and videos about my adventures in Monster Hunter Outlanders. And maybe some speedruns? Special thank you again to the Monster Hunter Outlanders team for inviting me to come and play the demo, and of course for sponsoring this video. You can register now for the Monster Hunter Outlanders closed beta test using the link on the screen. I'll also put the link in the description and pin it in the comments section. I hope you're all as excited as I am to learn more about Monster Hunter Outlanders and really sink your teeth into it. Tell me in the comments below who your favorite adventurer is so far. For me, it's Rhea. I'm a real big fan of her design, and dual blades were a ton of fun to play. I'll see you all next time, and thank you for watching.